Well, let's speak to former British ambassador to Yemen, Edmund Fitton-Brown. He's in Austin in Texas. Thank you very much for joining us here on BBC News. First of all, will this recognition make a difference in terms of speeding up the process, do you think?
No, it won't make any difference. As your correspondent said, it's a gesture. To my mind, it is an empty gesture. Certainly, it will play well with the Palestinians. It will play badly with the Israelis, but it won't make any practical difference.
And what will this recognition therefore mean in practice?
Well, I think very little in practice, because it doesn't change the practical situation that the Palestinians face or that the Israelis face. I think most of the effects of this are going to be in undermining the confidence of some of our allies in us. Certainly the Israelis will be furious, we know that. The United States, again, as was mentioned in your report, is very much opposed to this. We've seen direct accusations from senior Americans that British and French promises to recognise Palestine actually contributed to the breakdown of previous talks aimed at a ceasefire and the hostages' release.
And Israel, of course, continues to expand its military action. We know the humanitarian effort is dire on the ground. So in terms of the pressure, how much in reality do you think will change in the short term, given that this recognition is going to happen a bit later?
I think not very much will change in the short term. Yes, it's true that the situation in Gaza is very bad. But perhaps one of the worst aspects of this British government policy on recognition is that for some reason there was no conditionality attached to Hamas. So Hamas was presented with a huge diplomatic victory, provided they could prevent the situation in Gaza from getting any better. Now, as your report has said, the situation has probably got worse. One of the reasons for that, though, is that Hamas was effectively given a veto. It was given the opportunity to make sure that the situation didn't get better, and thereby to ensure that recognition would go ahead.
And as you've alluded to earlier, you said that, of course, Donald Trump is opposed to this. This is something he and Sir Keir Starmer disagreed on earlier this week during the UK state visit. So is there any real value to this recognition?
I think it has no value whatsoever. It may have some party political value with the electorate. I mean, again, as your report alluded, the Labour Party has been under pressure from sections of the British electorate, which it is concerned about. But it seems to me that when Britain has the privilege of one of the permanent seats on the Security Council of the United Nations, we should be better than this. We should be making judgments about whether we can pursue substantive policies that make a practical, positive difference. It's interesting that both Germany and Japan, neither of them is a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, but both of them are very serious countries with global outlooks that are not very different from our own. They have both advised against premature recognition.
Edmund Fitton-Brown, former ambassador, British ambassador to Yemen, thank you very much for joining us here on BBC News.
Thank you.